Hello. Hey, Earth Angel. I am doing well today. How are you? It's a beautiful, sunshiny day. Isn't that a song? It's just really gorgeous outside. I wish I could show y'all. Just enjoying some time in my house. I'll be working on wedding crafts later on today, so that's something I'm looking forward to. But I haven't been on here in a couple of days, so I wanted to show my face, so to speak. So I am here to assist, help, or do readings for anyone who's interested. I am currently setting the timer. Once it goes off, we will not be doing free readings anymore. Hey, Naisha, hello. I'm back with a BOGO today because I know a lot of people really like them. Awesome. Thank you so much, Naisha. We're going to finish the free list and then we'll move on to... You'll actually be first, I believe. So jealous of my weather. Well, it's been raining a lot lately, so I'm really excited to have like a really sunny day. 2 days back to back that have been really nice, which makes me really happy. Show me a yes or a no for Earth Angel, please. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna put that back. I'm thinking it's a yes, Earth Angel, but I just want one card to come out. I am getting a yes. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Yeah, so I'll be working on that later on today. Little by little, because it's only 7 months away, a little less than 7 months away. But I don't want to like get too behind. I want to make sure I'm like doing things little by little. That way I'm not overwhelmed. 91 degrees, now down to 50. You're welcome, Earth Angel. Hey, Queen Bay, how are you? I'm getting a yes for you, Naisha. Aw, you're so sweet. Aw, thank you. Queen Bay, did you have a yes or no question you'd like to ask? Free of charge. I am getting a yes, 7 of Wands. You're welcome, Naisha. So we have 10 minutes left of the free list, and we're going to move on to donations. Naisha, what are we doing for you with your donation? Is it a BOGO with a tip, or did you want something else on my menu? You're welcome, Queen Bay. Show me a yes or a no for Emily, please. I am getting a yes, the Magician. But the Magician, it talks about... Oh, Naisha, hold on one second. The Magician talks about needing to do things within your own power or your own free will. So, what this is saying is that it's going to take a lot of your own will to make this work, to make it happen. And also, the things that need to be fixed, the things that need to be balanced out are within your control or within your person's control to fix and resolve. But ultimately, I do see the will there with you both, and I am getting a yes. So Nyasia, you donated 20 and the BOGO is 15. So I didn't know if you donated the extra 5 as a tip or if there was something else on my menu that you were interested in. I know that you can add channeled message cards to the reading for 20. You can add charms to one of your questions. So if there was something extra you wanted with that donation, let me know. You're welcome, Emily. Thanks for stopping by. Please make sure you guys are liking the stream. It looks like nobody's liked it yet. So if you could do that, that would be great. Oh, never mind. I just had to refresh. I got 4 likes. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Luna Moon, yes, you can donate. The donation list is open. So far, you would be second on my list. Oh, thank you so much, Nyasia. You're a sweetheart. Oh, that sounds so miserable. Do you have some kind of cold? I know you said you're stuffed up. Luna Moon, I am doing well. I was just talking about how after the live stream today, I'm going to probably go on a walk because I've been trying to get more movement in my day and then work on wedding crafts and DIY stuff, which should be a lot of fun. I like doing stuff like that, so I'm excited. I am getting a no, Karen. There would not be a rejection. Okay, so Kit Kat, I'm getting a maybe. I'm leaning towards a yes. A yes is at the bottom of the deck. But it seems like this is it has to be your choice. It has to be something that you decide. The Fool talks about new beginnings. So if you're looking for more freedom, something different, something with less baggage or less history, if you feel like you're not able to commit to this or someone's not able to commit to you, this may be what would be the best thing to do. Because it's like when we get the Fool, a lot of times we're not seeing eye to eye with the person that we are with and we're needing a change. So yeah, that's what I've got. I've got a maybe, but it is leaning towards a yes because it seems like there are some challenges associated with this connection. You were enjoying all the weather outside every day. Do you have allergies? I wonder, because like just suddenly last week, I think it was, our whole entire house, cars, everything was hit with pollen like crazy. Like crazy. I am getting a yes. 3 of Pentacles, Luna Moon. Thank you guys for asking how I'm doing. That's so nice. Okay, so I am getting a no, positive vibes. I'm getting not quite yet. Maybe you have to look elsewhere from where you're working to find that alignment you're looking for. And maybe you'll have to be single for a little while longer. But I am getting a no, not for the month of April. A walk sounds awesome. I wish you could go outside. I feel so bad for you. Okay, so DK, I am getting a no, 5 of Pentacles. This has to do with financial return, financial hardship, not receiving proper grants, or running short somewhere, like having a lack of proper funding or grades or exams or something like that where we fall short here. So I am getting a no, but I hope that I am wrong. If there's something in your control, DK, that you can do to set yourself up a little better, I am getting that that's important right now, is to be generous with yourself and focusing on what you need to do to make this happen. Okay, so I am getting a no, Alexandra. I don't feel like this is 100% correct because I do feel like in the beginning there was attraction, but maybe something fizzled out. The 5 of Swords talks about having power over someone else or feeling conflicted within feeling like, conflicted inside. And then it has like a bunch of things here talking about like behavioral issues, lack of communication, self-sabotaging. So I do feel like there was attraction in the beginning, but I think that for the longer part of the duration of your connection, it seemed to be that there was other obstacles in the way, mostly mental, that were inhibiting him from feeling the potential and the highest potential of attraction for you that he could feel. Beautiful love. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see. Show me a yes or a no for beautiful love. You're welcome, Luna Moon. I'll add you to the list. Yes, beautiful love. I am getting a yes, the Magician. What's important to know about the Magician is that you have to do what's in your power and get it done. So going to the job fair is in your power, and it's important for you to go do this, okay? Take whatever you can control, take that into your own hands and make stuff happen. Love Tarot, hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I am getting a no, 7 of Cups. This maybe is like wanting too many things at one time or not able to make a decision. Maybe this is Spirit saying you need to just do one thing at a time rather than like everything all at once. I hope that makes sense. You're welcome, positive vibes. We're going to answer a couple more and then we'll move on to donations. MA, I am getting a yes, 3 of Wands. Beautiful love, that might be a good idea. I am getting a yes, King of Wands, someone in a place of authority speaking kindly on you. Thank you guys for liking the video. Naisha, you can go ahead and post your question whenever you're ready. 3 of Wands, yes, for Medea. Interesting. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the free list. Free list is now closed. We are going to move on to donations. If you have been here before, if you have not been here before, if you've never had a reading with me before, make sure you say hello in the chat because I will still answer a yes or no question for new subs today. All right, so we got Luna Moon for a BOGO. You're welcome. Just at this hospital, keep looking for people, but they haven't called me back at all or won't hire me, but we'll see how it goes today in the next few days. Go to the fair. Hopefully there's something better there for you, beautiful love. The Magician talks about whatever you can do to help yourself, do it. It's important that you take matters into your own hands. And so with that, it makes me feel like Spirit is nudging you to this job fair. Continuing to get yourself out there and meet new people. It's important to network and see what's available to you. All right, how did the interview go yesterday? You're welcome. How did the interview go yesterday for Niasia? I don't like the way this is starting off. Okay. So the swords have to do with your own mental state regarding the situation. Whatever your question is about, the swords have to do with your mental state. So I have the Nine of Swords here, which talks about feeling nervous, maybe feeling anxiety. And keep in mind, a lot of times when you're feeling anxiety, you don't realize it. It's hard to put into words, but anxiety doesn't present physically until you've been experiencing anxiety for way too long and you're ignoring it. So keep that in mind, that anxiety can present itself in many different ways, but a lot of times physically, you're not going to feel it, right? Unless and until you've been experiencing consistently anxiety, like ridden types of situations. So the Nine of Swords indicates an overall unhappiness, feeling stressed, feeling burdened, and maybe even overwhelmed. It also talks about a breaking point. We have the Ten of Swords, which can talk about endings or feeling defeated, definitely feeling dissatisfied. So these are some feelings that you have going into it. Maybe you didn't feel like at the top of your game during your interview. Maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, you weren't feeling like your best, but you were trying. You were really trying because you are maybe hoping that this works out with this specific job. So let's see. How did the actual interview go, please? How did the interview go? I see a lot of themes surrounding new beginnings and wanting to achieve something greater than what you have so far. New beginnings. As far as like how it went, to be completely honest, hold on, let me clarify this. Hold on 1 second. Can't seem to find a place to connect with. we'll say, how did they view her? Because I'm seeing here feeling a lack of success and stagnation, or feeling a lack of achievement and not feeling happy. Or disapproval. And I'm trying to figure out if that's you or if that's them. So I'm going to pull out a new deck and find out what were their thoughts on you, how the interview went. Okay, so we have the Empress. How are their thoughts on her? Major Arcana, come through. What are their thoughts on her? What are their thoughts on her? Are they going to choose her? Are they going to choose her? Okay, so I feel like they did like you. Yes, so their thoughts on you is Empress. So they felt like you brought a lot to the table, that you can maybe be someone that kind of gets them out of this slump, or wherever it is that they're in, you would add a lot of value, because the death card talks about a transition from one thing to the next. So it can indicate like hiring someone that will help bring them into the future. Like I said, there's a lot of themes here about new beginnings. Now, if they're planning on hiring her, what do they think, or what's their ultimate decision? I am getting the Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Cups did try to come out. So I feel like this is working in your favor. Their feelings for you is working in your favor, because I think that they really did like you. The fact that you interviewed with 4 people is interesting, because we do have the 5 of Wands, which can indicate multiple people disagreeing about certain things, or, like it's kind of reminding me of a jury where everyone has a different opinion about how to convict, but you have to come through unanimously. So it's like they all are having trouble trying to agree together in the decision. So is the 4 different people within the same company, or is the 4 different people in a bunch of different interviews? It feels like the same company, because there's a lot of different personalities going on. I think one person just says, you know what, you guys decide what you're going to do, and we'll just let it be that. But I feel like it is working in your favor. I feel like they do like you. I see you here trying to get out of conventional or conforming types of positions. You don't want what's typical. Okay, got you. So they're all not seeing eye to eye. Maybe 2 people like you, 2 people want someone else, 3 against 1, 1 against 3, whatever. Like, I just feel like there's a couple different people who have different points of view. Oh, okay, got you. So they all have to come to an agreement together, right? So I think that's kind of the issue right now, but I do see it working out in your favor. I see you kind of wanting to get out of a traditional type of job and do something that gives you a little bit more freedom, possibly, because there's freedom here. But I feel like you feel like so far unsuccessful, like you have not liked where you've worked necessarily, or it hasn't brought you, like you said, that kind of fulfillment that you're looking for, or a place that you want to connect with. So yeah, I mean, the Fool's new beginning, the 10 of Pentacles talks about, financial stability and the things that you've done in the past helping you in the future. So overall, this feels really good. There's just a lot of themes here that make me wonder if this would satiate your appetite for a career. So what I do like is, you do need to work for yourself for sure. But what I do like here is the 10 of Pentacles, okay? Because this is securing future funding. 10 of Pentacles. I think the hard part is, hey Taka, thank you. I think the hard part is for you, Naisha, is that you have a hard time believing that you are going to get this thing. Maybe you, for yourself, are like, I'll believe it when I see it. Maybe you're one of those people that you can't just believe in something, you have to have actual proof. So I think that a lot of times you can unconsciously block your blessings, because every time I do a reading for you, I see so much potential, monetary potential. Like, I don't ever see money being a problem for you. It's just one of the areas in life that are supposed to come easy. And I think that despite getting this every single time, you still are just like, is it going to happen? I'm not sure. So try to do this exercise like every night, and you can go ahead and post your next question whenever you're ready. But like every time you take a shower, imagine yourself going into the shower, rinsing off the old you, and coming, when you step out of the shower, imagine you stepped into a portal of a new life or a new dimension. Anybody can do this. It's a mindful practice. But basically, you're pulling out your subconscious, the things that you know you're meant for, the things you know that you deserve. You're pulling that to the forefront, because we don't realize how much what we think underneath the surface actually affects our outside reality. So every time you take a shower or every time you go to sleep at night and you say, when I wake up, I will be in a new higher timeline or a new higher dimension. Every single time, because that means that every single day you're waking up feeling more fulfilled, feeling like you're in a new life, so to speak. So whatever resonates for you, but I think that you need to start drawing out like your inner knowing and bringing it more to the forefront, because you're letting, unfortunately, your subconscious rule and dictate how things go for you. But it's really easy to kind of pull it out, Life doesn't have to be hard. Life can be easy. Just say everything works for me and my highest good. Everything works out for me. Everything is easy for me. I don't know how it happens, but everything just works out somehow. And like, that's the kind of mindset that you have to have. I'm calling you out. Good. I'm so glad it's spot on. Oh my gosh. When do you see the move to Florida? Okay. Ooh. Okay, what the hell? I tell you, every single time the Ten of Pentacles comes out for you, it's freaking crazy. Every freaking time. All right, so let's see. Will it be this year? Please show me a yes or no. Okay. Will it be 2024? 2024. Okay, so most likely not this year. But I'm getting like September time frame is kind of what they're giving me. Like, yeah, I would just say the month of September roughly. They're showing me no, not this year. I think this year might be too soon. But next year more likely. Terry, oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry. Let me add you to our list. Can you give any more details, please? Any more details? Yeah, this year's too soon. Okay, that makes sense. I am so... Oh. I'm confused as heck right now. Because for some reason I'm seeing mountains, but I'm also seeing water. And I'm confused. What part of Florida were you thinking? I mean, there are mountains in Florida, which is weird, but... Okay. I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this message. Let me keep shuffling here. Any other details? So like closer to water. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's the struggle because I see if Tampa's close or like closer to different hills and something called Iron Mountain and Sand Mountain. That's Tampa. Those are areas surrounding Tampa. But then I'm also seeing water, and that's near Miami. You guys might have to find a happy medium because I'm like, why am I seeing mountains and water for some reason? Maybe that's the struggle is that you guys want different parts or different areas of Florida. Were you planning on purchasing like a house or a condo or something? Were you planning on actually making the purpose to own a property? Because I'm getting details about you owning a property in Florida. Yeah, I see you owning a property here. It's really all I'm getting as far as details go, but for timing though, I'm getting next year's more likely. 2024, 2025, September. You can totally see that. Good to know. Awesome. Well, thank you, Naisha. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me. Next up, we have Luna Moon. Both messages resonate. You're welcome. You're welcome. You too. Oh, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. It's a lot of like visions that I've had in my head, and I'm ready to kind of make it happen, you know? That sounds great, Naisha. I'll post some pictures. There's certain things that I don't want to say too much about on here, like this week, maybe next week, but just because I don't want certain people to know. And in case they happen to be listening or watching, I don't want to give too much away, but I'll probably post pictures in like video and stuff like that of the progress I've made just so you guys can see. And yeah, and let me know how that interview goes. I'm interested to hear about it. And also, I hope you feel better, Naisha. So, Luna Moon, if you're in here, if you can post your question that you have for me. Contact me, explain himself. He's in the process of changes. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Huh. Okay. Got it. What are his intentions regarding our relationship after my voice messages? That's okay, Luna Moon. I actually deleted my WhatsApp because I had to make room on my phone. But you can, if you have Instagram, you can always message me on there, Luna Affinity. But another way to talk to me is by joining my Telegram. So you can join my channel, but if you want to private message me, you can also private message me off of there. Anybody that's in here that wants to join my Telegram, they can. You'll get notifications whenever I go live because sometimes I find that YouTube doesn't tell you, so you can always add that if you wanted to. It's free. No one can see your phone number if you don't want them to. It's kind of like WhatsApp, but it's a more like influencer based type of app where I can reach a bunch of people at once, and it makes it easier for me. So he's still, like, I hear him say, I feel an obligation to her. I still feel an obligation. It is my duty, it is my job to make this happen. I feel the need to explain myself, to prove to her. Like, he very much so still feels like he owes you. Like, you have been so deserving of him and his efforts and his attention, and he feels this sense of duty and responsibility and dedication to you, and he intends to continue to try because you motivate him through your love, your kindness, your comfort, your sensitivity, your thoughtfulness. He feels this as motivation for him to keep on keeping on because he feels like you've been so patient with him. And not only that, but I think that he's having a hard time letting you go and letting this dream, this vision, this, thought of what a future together could be. He doesn't want that to fall away. He wants to actually see it come to life. I feel like he's emotionally attached to you. He feels even psychically attached to you as well. He feels over time you've aged like fine wine, like you are someone who just gets better every day, and he does not want to move away from that. He feels that you have been so loyal to him, so generous to him, and while you have stood your ground and spoken your truth and explained to him your thoughts on things, he views you as someone extremely high value, someone who you just can't compare to. In his eyes, you are the ideal woman, and he wants to keep working on this with you. I feel that even though you are experiencing silence at this time, I don't feel like his motivations have changed. So he has the willpower here. I think that the thing is that he has dreamt for so long and fantasized about a future with you that this isn't just about you anymore. This is about actually what he really wants for himself. And he would be really disappointed in himself if he wasn't able to find a way to see this through with you. I think the one thing that he hasn't been able to see through is grounding this connection and physically, tangibly being able to reach out and touch you and feel your love and live with you day to day. And I think that that really gets to him because he can think about you all he wants to. He can look at your pictures, he can talk to you, but he can't actually be with you. And I think this is something that really affects him on a deeper level than he maybe realizes or has even admitted to you. I feel like he has an overflowing well of love for you, Luna Moon. And no obstacles are going to stop him. This card literally is no obstacles will stop me now. It's time to embark on a brand new beginning. I have faith the resources I need are within me. So that is what I've got for that question, but what else can I answer for you, Luna Moon? Yeah. That has to be really frustrating. You're welcome. All right, what are his next actions between Scorpio and Luna Moon? What are next actions between Scorpio and Luna Moon? So divorce is one of them. Reuniting is another action. Spending time together is another action. What else here? What else? So I think that part of his issue as well, Luna Moon, is that while he has validity in his reasons for why he does things the way that he does, it does make it difficult because he asks you to be malleable. He asks you to be flexible. He says, you just need to wait for me to do these things. And while they're valid reasons and they're valid excuses, it doesn't make it any less fair to you because you feel like you've been ready and you've always been ready, and you feel like a lot of this is having to be patient and wait for him. um, Something that's just come through, Luna Moon, is that if you believe in past lives, there might have been a life together with him where he was waiting on you for a long time, and maybe that's the karma balancing out in this lifetime, is now you're waiting on him. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that there was maybe a life that you guys lived together where you told him, I've got to do this, I've got to work through this, I've got to plan my escape, I've got to da 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 da, and he waited and waited and waited and waited, and until the karma balances, you guys will not be able to be together. Keep that in mind, that it's not just you waiting on him, that he's also waited on you before. And especially if you believe in past lives, that's kind of a message that I'm getting. But essentially, another action is that he's going to be more flexible moving forward. That's an action of his, is that he's going to be not so strict about what he needs to do. He's going to have to be more adaptable, more adjustable, more flexible, and willing to do what needs to be done. And that's a positive action towards you, because maybe he's not going to say, oh, I have to wait until I do this, this, and this before we can be together. I see him being more spontaneous, more willing to break the rules, more malleable. Does that make sense? I hope that it does. The reason why I was getting this information about past lives is because I was seeing that in this card, is that we're bringing balance back to the connection. And then I just realized here that we have Wheel of Fortune, which talks about karma balancing itself as well. So it's making me feel like you guys have had a past life before where you have put each other through this in the past, and now it's just a matter of things being balance being restored to the connection. Just a second for me, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, so in this life, he waited on you. Gotcha. 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 Okay. So that makes a lot of sense then, what I was saying. So it's a matter of now the tables have turned and now it's your turn to wait. And as soon as karma feels that it's been balanced and balance has been restored, then at that point, you guys can be together. Because your relationship is not for a lack of love or a lack of trying or a lack of wanting to be together. It's just a matter of needing to come into it feeling balanced, feeling like you each did your dues. I feel like he's willing to fight for this. That's another action, is fighting for the connection. Another action is wanting to bring healing to your union. Another action is asking you for a new beginning, a new relationship. And another action is bringing structure and routine to the connection. Gordos, thank you for subscribing. That's really interesting, Luna Moon, that you had that situation actually happen already in this life. So, Luna Moon, I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. Thank you so much for your donation. You've had several rounds. Okay. Yeah, so it's just everything's gotta kind of level itself out there, but it doesn't mean that neither of you want it. It's you both want it. And I'm getting that very clearly. Okay, Taka, I'm reading. Oh, you enjoy it. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I do remember it. I do remember that. You're so welcome, Luna Moon. Thank you for being here, as always. Ah, okay, got you, got you. Okay, okay. No, you're totally fine. Oh, interesting. So, okay, Taka, this actually worked out in your favor. As far as his perception of you, it worked out in your favor. He is viewing you as someone who is not a pushover. Maybe in the past he did view you as a pushover, possibly, but he's viewing you as someone who stands up for your beliefs and stands your ground and fights for what you believe in, and kind of holding your own. So I feel like this has brought, with the judgment card, a new perception of you to him. And I think that it's a positive one, despite maybe how his reactions were, or what he thought. It was kind of sudden, it was unexpected, he was not prepared for it, but it did make him feel that you have some gumption about you. Like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but like you have like balls. And that if something matters to you or something is bothering you, that you're willing to stand up and talk about it. And I feel like this has changed his perspective. So with that being said, maybe adding a level of respect for you that he didn't have before. I think honestly he could have just had to stick up his butt that day, to be honest, because I think truthfully he wants to work well with others. I don't think he, like you said, he's kind of got a chill vibe. So it's like weird that he would act this way, or like, why was he being this? It must have just been the situation, the day, his feelings, whatever was getting in the mix, especially if he seems to be normally a pretty chill person, not somebody who really gets in the mix and like like puffing and puffing about stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if things don't normally get to him, then this just could have been a certain situation. But I think that showing that you have a bit of a backbone was like a commending type of thing, like an applause. Yeah, so I mean, I just think that like moving forward, I don't think he's gonna want to get on your bad side, so to speak. But I hope that this situation with your niece doesn't continue to happen because I feel like that's kind of effed up, especially because she has a membership. Maybe he felt like that he was just doing his job. Yeah, it seems like front desk finds it annoying that her parents visit, but she's tiny and it's their kid. My thing is, hey Terlin, I got your first question. My thing is if my child, I don't care how old they are, if they're in some type of membership or some type of course or some type of class and I want to show up and see how they're doing. No, I don't want to be a distraction, but me as a parent, I have every right to make sure that my child is being treated fairly and appropriately and just to be a part of her experience of what she's doing or what he's doing. They should never give parents a hard time about being a part of that. That to me would be a red flag as a parent that I shouldn't be sending my child there anymore. So, yeah, I think that they need to have a different approach and stop being snobby. That's how I personally feel. Well, they need to get over themselves. Stop trying to wield the power that you don't have. That's kind of silly. But as far as Jack's opinion, he took it as like a leveling up on respect for you standing your ground and, you know, having the backbone to confront something that was bothering you. It's almost like the front desk is just annoyed because it's extra work for them. Or they feel people are getting preferential treatment, but they can get over that. The list is open for those of you who are in here. If you want to donate, I am open and available. I'm working on Taka's second part of her reading, and then we have Terralyn after that. The list is open. Exactly, like that's your job. Sorry that you had to lift a finger. Sorry that we interrupted your conversation about what party you went to on Saturday. Like, do your job. Oh, God. Okay, so now that you enjoy your job, you're exuding a different type of energy. And I don't know if you realize this, but you are more positive, not so much focusing on the negative. There's been a transition here with that. You seem more lively. You're kind of on like a different vibration. You seem happier, more willing to help. There's just kind of like a different yeah, a different vibe, a different energy about you that is is not going unnoticed. Like it is being noticed that you are kind of almost like it, not that your personality is different, but there's just something about you that doesn't seem so doom and gloom or uncomfortable or awkward or not liking things or frustrated or whatever you were feeling before. It definitely feels like you're just, yeah, an extra pep in your step. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It seems like there's just like a shift that has happened within you that they're noticing, that they feel has brought more success from you, more achievement, more accomplishment, maybe even more pride in what it is that you do. And it's kind of like radiant energy. It's like a very appealing, magnetic type of quality that you're exuding now that you seem to be liking the job more. So I think that that's the main thing that's going noticed in regards to your work. But I think that that's a very important thing for people to be noticing because people want positive people around them. They don't want people who are constantly downers, complainers, especially higher ups don't want people complaining about the job because that makes their life and job more difficult. So they like that you're actually willing to jump in, handle the task at hand, and get things done. The manager that hired me got fired. Things are much better now. She was sweet, but she was so chaotic. I barely got trained. Yeah. So they're viewing more so just like your attributions to your job as something very positive, as something that they really like, something warm, inviting, radiant. Maybe you're smiling more too. There's just a general vibe. And I feel like seeing that is inspiring, but also it makes them feel like they can trust you more with what it is that you're doing. The lovers here talks about like a really good partnership, a good connection. So I feel like they're happy that you work there. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? They feel like you handle stress well. If like let's just say a lot of things are happening at once, or you have a lot of orders that are being put in, or something, you seem to handle those well. Very grounded mentality. Maybe you're good at problem solving. They feel like you're mature. And if you have any really good solutions to maybe things that you see, like any innovative, fresh ideas that might help run things smoother, that might not cost much money, but maybe you see ways that things can be more efficient, I think that they would be open to hearing what you have to say. Not that they're going to take everything that you say, like literally, and do every single thing that you recommend. But I think that seeing that motivation, that feeling of like, wow, she like really cares about the job itself because she's making suggestions, like I think that they would be happy to know if there's anything you can think of that maybe you feel like it's not running as smoothly as it could be, and you have ideas on how to fix that, especially problem solving that doesn't bring an expensive solution, something that's just a matter of switching the way that you do things without a high price point. That's something that management will always be open to. But yeah, overall, it seems like they feel that you're enjoying your job more, which they like. So Taka, that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. Tara Lynn, if you can just check in with me and let me know if you're here. We're gonna do a last call for donations, guys. Today is a BOGO, buy one, get one. Last call for donations. 2 readings for the price of 1 today. You're welcome, Taka. All right, so how does Michael C feel towards Calvin? How does Michael C feel towards Calvin, please? Okay, so the way that Michael C is looking at Calvin is someone who's hard work, someone who makes things more complicated than they need to be. He feels like he needs to be guarded when it comes to Calvin. He feels like this person could pose to be someone who he has to fight with or battle with or ongoing issues with. Like almost like he views Calvin as someone who's not very chill and laid back. He views someone as that likes to cause problems or likes to instigate or like is just generally maybe more on the aggressive side. He feels like this person can be a complicated person to get along with. Maybe that Kelvin is the type of person who likes to control situations or manipulate situations, and that can cause a feeling of restriction with people that's in his life. There's some type of like negative association that he has with Kelvin as like this person is Kelvin being someone who's hard work or someone who's like a hard person to understand or hard person to get along with. He feels like, oh God, this is very negative. Like the Queen of Swords in reverse talks about like someone who lies, someone who puts people down, someone who can't be trusted, someone who gossips or tries to spin the story in their favor. Me. You feel this way about Kelvin? Oh, he knows my kid's dad. Is Kelvin your kid's dad? I think that he views Kelvin as someone unpredictable, like his behavior is unpredictable because the Seven of Cups talks about lots of options, not really knowing or feeling uncertain. So I feel like there's an unpredictable kind of character that he has that's kind of like just feels like trouble. The Three of Swords here often indicates heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, absence, and maybe Calvin being someone that can't really be counted on or depended on. And maybe he just leaves people feeling upset on occasion or here and there. I feel like Michael's maybe a person that can read people really well, and he can see people for who they are, not who they portray them to be. And I feel like because Michael can see the truth, maybe he can see right through Kelvin's demeanor to know that he's just not necessarily the best person to be around or to have in your energy. And the Two of Swords can indicate Michael seeing through the lies and seeing clearly when it comes to this person. So if this sounds like Kelvin, to even a fraction of the degree, just know that this is what Michael sees. And I think due to his Kelvin's unpredictable nature, it can be an obstacle for him to want to put himself in a position where he might have to deal with him more often. Not that that's necessarily going to happen, but he could just be thinking like the worst. What did you miss something I said? You never expected that. Does that sound true for Kevin? Sorry, not Kevin, Kelvin. Does that sound like his personality? Oh, he's your ex and your children's dad, so yes. Oh my gosh. I never expected for Michael to feel that way about him. Michael seems like the kind of person who's a really good judge of character, but he keeps a distance and he doesn't try to involve himself. Michael feels very drama free, actually. Like he seems like the kind of person that's just like, yeah, no, I don't really want to be a part of that. Like this tells me a lot about Michael and I like it. Yeah, he definitely sees things for what it is. He's not going to let someone pull the wool over his eyes. He can see through any type of persona that someone's trying to pretend to be, and maybe because he's experienced someone like that in his own personal life, maybe or he's just really good at like cutting through the bullshit. I'm not sure, but this is what he's seeing here. I think that he doesn't like people who have like a victim, woe is me mentality. He thinks to himself, like, just get your shit together and just do it. And it's one thing to just vent or complain about life because life is hard sometimes, but it seems almost like Kelvin likes to make his bed, but not lie in it. And, Michael's more like, well, this is what you did. This is your problem. Deal with it, But it seems like Calvin's the type of person that would rather make people feel bad for him or make excuses. And it doesn't seem like Michael's that type of person that respects that type of behavior. What was your second question, Terralyn? What can I answer for you next? Yeah, he's like, Calvin's a piece of work. That's what I hear Michael saying is he's a piece of work. He's something else. Last call for readings, guys. I'm going to close the list in just a minute. Oh, I see. Sorry, I missed it. I feel like sometimes the question's sent out of order and then I'll see a comment and then suddenly your other comments will appear ahead of that. And I'm like, wait, I swear to God, I just read everything and somehow these comments are appearing out of thin air. Anyway, because what it looked like was just tells me a lot about Mike when I like that. That's all I saw, but then I saw cool. Anyway, my next question, and I'm sorry I didn't see it. Okay, so next question is, what are his current feelings? What are Michael's current feelings towards Terralyn? What are Michael's current feelings towards Terralyn? Last call for readings, guys. If anyone's in here donates, you are more than welcome to do that now. Speak now, forever hold your peace. But everyone else, you are going to have to wait until next time I'm live. What are Michael's feelings towards Terralyn? He feels a bit defeated. Oh no. I really hope this connection that you have with your ex is not something that gets in the way, or he doesn't allow it to get in the way, because for a minute there I felt his positivity start to feel very good and hopeful and open and expansive, but now I'm feeling more restriction coming through from him. Maybe he feels you're a bit guarded. Did he ever respond to your message? Did he ever say anything about that? So we have some lovey-dovey feelings here. The Star and the Ace of Cups. Um, it seems like this is what happens. Like I'm kind of getting with his perspective is he will go, oh my God, like I really like her, I'm really drawn to her, I'm really attracted to her. And then he's like, let's see, how can this work? Let me see. Maybe we can make it work this way or that way or whatever else he thinks to himself. But then the reality creeps in and then he starts to feel restricted and he starts to backtrack. And I think you are a very lovely distraction to Michael. He likes to think about you, fantasize about you. He likes seeing you. He likes being in your energy, in your presence. But I think that that fantasy can only last but so long until reality hits him and then he thinks to himself all the reasons and why it probably couldn't work. I feel like Michael's very practical. Like he has this realistic and pragmatic approach to things, and if things seem to provide any type of resistance whatsoever, he'd rather go the path of least resistance. And I'm crazy attracted to him though. So I feel like, and he feels attraction to you as well, but it makes it difficult because with someone, I mean, here's the thing, not everyone's mostly everyone's going to have a history one way or the other. Not all the time is their ex going to be involved. Not all the time are they going to have children, but most likely the older you get, the more likely you will have kids. Even people in their early 20s have kids, you know? So it's like, it's almost like he just wants things to be easier. And I think that he thinks about all the reasons why it wouldn't work and he allows himself to believe those things. Do I, Luna, personally feel like that is realistic of him to think this way, even though he's trying to think realistically? Maybe, but not 100%, because I feel like everyone's love story is different. And I feel like what works for some people doesn't work for other people. And I think it's unfair to put you in a like group, like a conformed like status or metric or statistic, you know, because just because there's distance, just because there's kids, just because there's an involved ex, it does not mean that it can't work. Um, it does make things more complicated. Yeah, it does make things more complicated, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. And I think that's not really fair to not give your relationship a chance, you know? So, like, I meant like statistic, you know what I mean? Like, when you put someone in a box, conformity, when you say, okay, statistics show that when people are at a distance from one another, their relationship is not going to last. That's a conformed statistic. That's saying I'm putting myself in a box or I'm putting this connection or this relationship in a box because for other people this has not worked out before, therefore I'm going to assume it's not going to work out. But there's so many other variables, there's so many other complexities, because your relationship with him is completely different than my relationship with my fiance or Susie's relationship with John. Like everyone's relationship is different. And yeah, statistically speaking, maybe that's not the ideal situation, but it doesn't mean that it can't work for the two of you. And by putting you guys in a box, by conforming your relationships to the typical statistics or the typical status of long distance relationships, it's not being fair. It's not giving justice to your relationship. It's doing an injustice or a disservice, because the only way that you will truly know if you can make it work is if you try. But I think that because he thinks realistically, it's not necessarily that he's scared or that he like doesn't want to stick his neck out there. I think that if he really thought that he could make it work, he would regardless. But I feel like he would rather protect himself from a world of hurt or pain or disappointment than put himself out there in the first place. So just because he looks at things very realistically. And yeah, so I mean, his feelings for you are there's attraction, um, there's like feelings of romance and feelings of general, like, you give him calm, like, you make him feel very at peace, you bring him peace, and I feel like he wants to be good to you, he wants to be fair to you, he wants to be that person that protects you, but I think that he gets like, he lets his mind get away with this fantasy, and then something snaps him back to reality, and that's probably why you feel like he's not going away, because he has a hard time with this fantasy that he runs away with of you and him in his head. And then back to reality, and then fantasy, back to reality, fantasy, back to reality. And it's this cycle. And that's why you constantly feel him around you. Because even though he is realistic, he also gets swept up in the dream state, the daydreaming of what a life with you could be like. And I think that it also makes it harder too if you guys see each other pretty often and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's what I've got for you, Tara Lynn. Thank you so much for your donation. The next time I come back, we're going to do another Luna Affinity Casino. If you guys have not been a part of that or have not seen that, it's a lot of fun. So my goal is to be back with the casino night tonight. But I am going to be doing like some wedding DIY stuff, so we'll see how that gets carried away. But worst case scenario, you'll see me tomorrow with the casino again, but hopefully tonight we'll do a casino night with our tarot readings. You're welcome, Tara Lynn. Thank you so much for your donations with me today. I really appreciate you. I hope the rest of you have a lovely rest of your night. If I do not see you again today, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.